Welcome everyone to the 11th round of the season. In the penultimate Grand Prix, we're here at Abu Dhabi. Before you start, let's look at the standings. Max Verstappen, he has a fairly healthy lead, I guess you could say, over Lewis Hamilton. 13 points is the difference. So, he has full control in this championship. Nearly as much control as AlphaTauri in the championship. Anyways, let's get into it. And it's a wet qualifying here at Abu Dhabi. Who would have thought? Rain in the desert. Anyways, as we get down to the hairpin, it looks like Leclerc has a slight lead over Verstappen. But Verstappen changes that. Leclerc, though, is really quick on the straights. Very quick. You can just see the Ferrari just pip the racing point. I guess it struggles a lot, in the corners. Could it be another pole position for Max Verstappen? It looks so, but Leclerc's not going to make it easy. There's another one to the record books. Just another pole position for Mr. Max. Leclerc P2, Russell P3, Hamilton P4, Norris P5, Ricciardo P6, Tsunoda P7, Aitken P8, De Vries P9, Alonso P10. 11th Gasly, 12th and 13th, Giovinazzi and Schumacher, 14th Ocon, Zhou 15th, Latifi 16th, Vips 17th, 18th Bottas, 19th Stroll, and last but not least Schwarzman. The surprise of the qualifying surprise, I guess you have to say, is Jack Aitken starting in P8. However, Valtteri Bottas is also another qualifying shock, just not in the right way. Anyways, let's get into the penultimate Grand Prix of the season. I just feel like if Max Verstappen can have a safe Grand Prix, he can go on and win this. However, the top 5, top 6 have different strategies. The front 2 are on softs. And then 3rd all the way down 6th on hards. It's going to be really interesting. Leclerc though now takes the lead. Hamilton has a good start. Verstappen and Leclerc though now a drag race. Down to the chicane, which they can practically take flat. Verstappen uses some earth to get past Leclerc. Hamilton though under threat from not only Russell but Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda in P3, who would have expected that from the Haas? Russell gets past Hamilton. Was the risk worth it? Well, we don't know, because Tsunoda's had an amazing start. But now what Tsunoda's gonna, what he's gonna do to the other drivers is just gonna begin holding them up. But, as I say that, Russell and Hamilton get past fairly easily. Rain is on the horizon, so maybe softs was the way to go. The soft runners, they could even run for another 2 laps. However, because of the rain, I think it should be coming next lap. This lap, in fact. So yeah, expect all of the drivers to come in for the wets. Verstappen's in. Leclerc's in. Hamilton's in. Russell, they're all in. All of the drivers are in. Don't expect, however, to see driver positions change and shuffle. Verstappen though, his lead just growing. Even though, especially in the second half of the season, the AlphaTauri looks like it's not being the best car on the track. It looks like now it's the racing point. However, you can't not say Lewis Hamilton he's done what Max Verstappen did in the first few races of the season. Just managed to carry his car, drain everything out of the car that it has. Leclerc, however, he's been doing that all season long with his Ferrari. However, it's going to be much interesting next season. It's going to be so interesting to see the new sponsors come in, more money, I guess, more upgrades. There could be reports, there are reports actually of a potential rule change, but I don't know how true those reports are. Hamilton's all over the rear end though of Leclerc, manages to get Leclerc, however Leclerc has so much else to use. Now the rain has stopped. The track is still fairly damp, so I'm saying, the drivers stay out for a bit. However, with every second, with every minute, the track is getting drier, so we may see one or two drivers come in, but it will be a massive risk to take. So far, the Max Verstappen's been untouchable. They tried to catch up to him, but they can't. However, now it looks like rain is going to, is going to return. That's what the weather forecast says, at least. So it was best not going onto the wet tires. However, the battle for 20th, 19th, 18th and 17th between De Vries, Ocon, Bottas and Latifi. Wow. De Vries does not want to be P20. So he's going down the inside of Bottas and Ocon. Does he make the move stick on Ocon? Yes, he does. Round the outside. What a move. What a move. But Ocon squeezes him off. Ooh, De Vries though. Round the outside. What a move from Nick De Vries. Russell's in though. George Russell's in. As we watch Leclerc drive around the outside of Lewis Hamilton. Gets the move done. Does he? No, he doesn't. Both drivers giving each other a lot of room. Max Verstappen though is in a world of his own. Just dominating. It's literally been like this since like race 5 or race 6. The whole season's just been Verstappen dominance. Most wins, this season, especially after race 3, which Lewis Hamilton dominated around the streets of Monaco. We thought, okay, maybe it's not going to be as close as we think, However, the drivers coming in, they should be on the wets. Yeah, Verstappen wets, Leclerc and Hamilton also on the wets. Russell though, getting the undercut on both drivers. P2 now. The rain is going to be coming back though, so expect that. The track also is still very, very damp. Russell though looking very quick. Verstappen's used some errs. Ooh, Russell really wants P1. No, but he can't take it. Not yet, at least. Russell's got a better exit, a much better exit than Max Verstappen. It's gonna be tight. No, it's not. But now what Verstappen's gonna want to do, he just wants to keep his concentration with, inconsistent rainfall. He's just gonna wanna stay on the racing line and stay safe. Lap 10. at this stage in the Grand Prix, what would you do if you're Max Verstappen? Would you follow everyone else, or would you take the risk of going onto the dry tires? Because surely now the dries are the tires. We can see some of the back markers pit now. Verstappen in, Russell in, Leclerc in, and Hamilton. Assuming they all go on the hards. Yes. No! Because Hamilton and Leclerc are feeling very, very racy today. They've both pitted and gone onto the softs. This is going to be interesting now. As does Aitken, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Norris, Giovinazzi on the hards. It's going to be a really interesting end to the race. Gasly on the softs, Alonso on the hards, Schumacher on the hards. Most of the grid going hards, except for a few. Verstappen though now, just getting caught up in the traffic. Verstappen's definitely lost some time lapping the drivers. And De Vries, he's going to try and unlap himself. But no, he's not got the pace for that. Is Stroll going to make it easy for Verstappen? Yeah, fairly. Verstappen still has about 4 back markers until he has clear track. Yes, the lap is Yuri Vips gonna back out. Straight line speed. The Racing Point just catching up to the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, he's got him. But Russell though, he is gaining on Yuri Vips. This definitely is going to be interesting. Vips does not make it as hard for Russell than he does for Verstappen. Now, Nicholas Latifi, you know what you must do. And he's doing a pretty good job of it now. Nicholas Latifi makes it easy for his teammate. Not for Verstappen though. And now look what he's done. But Zhou, he's managed to make it hard. But now, Russell's gone down the inside of Max Verstappen whilst he was lapping his own teammate. But can George Russell stay in the lead? Can he potentially get his second race win of the season? As that was all happening though, it looked like, it looks like Leclerc and Hamilton's, their risk of going onto the soft tyres has not paid off. They've lost some time, they've not gained any, and I'm sure their tyres are done. But anyways, it's the last lap. Will Max Verstappen get the move down on George Russell? Or will Russell prevail once again for the second time of this season? They put on some upgrades last time out, Renault. It didn't seem to work 100%. This time the upgrades, they're working a bit better on this circuit. However, he has the hardest part of the track to maneuver. 2 corners to go for George Russell. 1 corner to go for George Russell. Just a straight to go for George Russell. And George Russell wins in Abu Dhabi. Max Verstappen P2. It looks like Hamilton's got P3, has he? Yes, he has not. He has not. Charles Leclerc takes P3, Hamilton P4. Daniel Ricciardo, one of the drivers who risked it to go on the soft tyres. Looks like he'll be finishing P5, but Jack Aitken, hats off to him. P6 is his position. Lando Norris, P7. Yuki Tsunoda had such a good start, but just fell away from him. He'll be in P8. Antonio Giovinazzi made up a couple of positions. finished P9, and Fernando Alonso P10. Pierre Gasly P11 with Mick Schumacher P12. Guan Yu Zhou, the man who potentially ruined Max Verstappen from getting yet another race victory, P13. Nicholas Latifi, who did an amazing job holding up Max Verstappen and letting his teammate through in P14. Yuri Vips P15. Lance Stroll P16. Nick De Vries P17. Robert Schwartzman P18. Valtteri Bottas P19. What a horrible season it's been for him, man. Esteban Ocon, you did not expect that from Esteban Ocon. Finished last. Now in the championship standings, that gap is not too pretty to look at if you're AlphaTauri, you know. 18 points is the difference. I mean, Max Verstappen's practically won it for sure, hasn't he? I mean, he can't drop that many points, especially as this is in such good form. George Russell, 7 points away from Lewis Hamilton. I think P3 though will be his position for the season. Leclerc P4, I think that's going to be his. Norris, I said many weekends ago that he was going to finish P5, and it looks like that is going to happen. Ricciardo P6, and then Schumacher and Giovinazzi P7 and P8. Giovinazzi though, he's been in a tricky battle all year long, and it looks like he's going to prevail into the last Grand Prix. Giovinazzi, Alonso, Tsunoda, and Gasly. They're all going to be battling for that 8th spot. De Vries P12, Stroll P13, the first driver with double digits. Esteban Ocon P14, Valtteri Bottas P15, Jack Aitken P16, Nicholas Latifi P17, Yuri Vips P18, Guan Yu Zhou P19, and Robert Schwartzman P20. Team-wise, AlphaTauri now. They can't throw it away from here. They have one more race to go. Nah, I don't think they can throw it away from here. They've been so dominant all year round. And it looks like, with a 35-point lead, it really does look like they're going to win the Constructors' Championship. Renault, P2. Racing Point now, though. They've managed to overtake McLaren for P3. I did not see that coming. Honestly, I didn't. McLaren are going to have a really good final race of the season. Ferrari P5, Red Bull P6, Williams P7, Haas just increasing their gap over Mercedes, with Alfa Romeo now finally hitting triple digits. That was the penultimate Grand Prix of the season at Abu Dhabi. Join us for the Brazilian Grand Prix, the last Grand Prix of the season, where anything can happen. Max Verstappen and AlphaTauri have an amazing, they have really good, solid leads in their respective championships. However, it's not over there. It's not over there. Thank you for joining us. See you next time. Goodbye.